What's going on, y'all? Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes, I'm Jeffrey,
I'm Krystal.
and together we are.
Just chilling with JK.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Krystal,
And you're just chilling with JK.
We are a married couple
With 3 beautiful kids.
from Brooklyn, New York. Come chill as we discuss
Whatever the we want. Yeah. So, in today's episode, we are talking about. Come on, lady. Lead it. This is our first video podcast. And it's exciting to finally be in front of the camera again in a long time. We haven't recorded in a long time. And we're making use of our space.
So we're talking about our expectations, what we thought Georgia would be, our reality, and our future goals or plans or expectations. And Jeffrey will start off with his
Oh, really?
what he expected
No.
when he.
Why am I starting off?
Why you don't want to start
Ladies
off?
first, all the time. You know I'm not starting off.
So basically, when we decided to move here, like officially got our plane tickets and apartment,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that we would vlog a lot
Mm-hmm.
in our space.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that we would explore a lot so we can figure out which neighborhoods we would be interested in moving to after this lease is up. Just because we knew this wasn't going to be our last city, like our final destination, because we wanted to explore more of Georgia. Also, I thought that we will build a community of like people our age
Mm-hmm.
with the kids, and that they have interests that we're interested in, and their kids and our kids would have same interests. I thought that we would be doing more things in terms of going out. I don't know why I thought that, since we don't have a babysitter here.
Yeah.
But obviously, well, maybe I thought like, we'll alternate.
Mm-hmm.
It would also be like in terms of when we get a car. So
Yeah, we
These
didn't have
are
our own car
in the
until
beginning.
like 3 months in, until July. So we got here in March.
So 4 months in.
Yeah, April, May, June. Yeah, July. Yeah.
And also, I thought that I'd be more creative in the space, using more of the facilities, since there's a huge lobby and office space and different little nooks where we
And
could
gym.
do homeschool and using the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought that we would just be out more, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, right? What were your expectations?
It's similar, but my expectation was to find, well, in the beginning, when I got here, I felt like I was going to get the,
Not when we got here. What were your expectations before we got here?
oh, I didn't have anything besides get the crib right here and explore Georgia as best as we can. And for some reason I'm hearing sirens outside, but yeah, explore Georgia as much as I could, which I do, but in a way I don't want to, and it's not fun in the way that I'm doing it right now.
You're talking about present. I'm talking about your
Before.
expectations.
But I'm just saying, I
before.
just said my expectations. I gave a little bit of presence of my reasons why. I expected a lot more as far as like career wise. Atlanta is a booming city, and yes, I'm on the outskirts of Atlanta, and I don't go in there very often. It sucks, still fighting, to build clientele out here. But it's been a couple of months, and it is what it is. I gotta just go through it, I guess. That's just me speaking positivity in my situation right now. But before I came, I thought it would have been a lot easier, for me to build my clientele out here. And yeah, that's like the main two things that really, I expected when I was out here, while I'm out here, before I got here.
Now in the present, now that we've actually been here for 9 months.
Yeah, approaching 9 months, yeah.
What is our reality? So our reality is we love our apartment still. We do have a car,
Yeah.
but it's not the way we want to have the car.
Yes. Well said.
In terms of homeschooling, I'm homeschooling in the home, right? But I'm not using the facilities like I thought I would. Because there's such cute little areas in the lobby area that would be cool for homeschooling.
Yeah.
But our kids, they get distracted so easily. And I use the computer a lot for school. So in that aspect, I would need to be in here. However, on Fridays, we do have like a little homeschool date where we do other things with another child, which is fun. I like that. And the kids are learning another language.
Yes.
In terms of, also, I like the fact that it's a homeschool state. So it's very active, and like in terms of like the libraries, they have resources that keeps us wanting to keep homeschooling, because you're just getting to meet other people that homeschool. However, it's not really much so people that look like us.
Yeah.
I've been trying to bond with people that do have kids my kids' age, but I haven't and it's not just the fact that they have to look like me, but I've also met people that we just don't have anything in common, really. And I'm not like really interested. We will have conversations while we're at the homeschool activities, but I'm just like, I'm not feeling the vibe. Like you just know when you can be good friends with someone, or like a good acquaintance with someone, but I just don't have that vibe with anyone. And my kids either, because my kids normally they'll be like, oh, get their number. So I'm feeling the same from them. Like they're excited to go to the homeschool activity that we go to, but it's not like they're like, and they talk to the other kids too. They build the things, whatever activity it is. But normally, like if they want someone to be their friend, they'll be like, get their number, or my mom can give you her number, or whatever.
Definitely, they don't shy away from that.
Yeah, so
our parents could exchange numbers for sure. Yeah.
So I don't know, which is why one of the reasons, like I like my apartment and I like the library we go to. However, I don't see us here long term in this area of Georgia. I would like to explore other areas in terms of where we live, but I want to make sure that we find an apartment that we love, like this one, because I like coming home.
Yeah.
I don't ever feel like, I'm not ready to go home yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I asked you the other day in the car. I was like, which one do you like? Don't you just like the inside of like us being home, or do you like the outside too?
But I also told you that we haven't really explored where it's like it's somewhere that I really want to be. You know what I mean? So for me, when I go out, I'm going to the grocery store, or like just to get like to Target, or you know what I mean? Like we haven't really, and other than that, like the only place ever I really said I want to go to was my park that we found, because I've been Googling different parks, and
Piedmont Park is not all that either though. I feel like it's a
Central Park.
Yeah, it's like
I didn't really like Central Park. I liked Prospect Park more than Central Park.
That's the Brooklyn in this.
But I think that the park that we did find, I like going there, right? I like it. It made me feel like Prospect Park a little bit.
The little one that's on over there. The little one.
Yeah, that has the basketball
Yeah,
court.
sorry, I cannot cheer
Yeah.
any location with Jabi.
The one with the
But
basketball
yeah,
court.
I
Even
know
their
which one you're talking about.
bathroom was
I know what you're
like
talking
by
about.
the basketball court was
The one I left you
decent.
at. Yeah.
Not leave me in a bad way.
No.
But
Yeah, not the bad one. Never.
I other than that park,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really like explored, to be like, oh, I just want to go to this space or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I do think that, with more exploration, we'll be able to like kind of identify, okay, let's spend a year at this apartment, and not necessarily like we have to see the apartment, because basically we didn't see this apartment.
Yeah. Just leave.
Got the FaceTime call and we leaped and we came here. However, I do want to live in a neighborhood that is like kid friendly and does have the same kind of feel that this library has. I realize that I do want to live near a library because I like going to the library and getting books, because sometimes you don't want to do homeschool through a computer. You want to get some books and read with them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think the ease and the access of having a computer is amazing, because reading about homeschooling when the internet wasn't really around, I read books about that too. It was a lot more, not difficult, but just more work on the mom. Whereas now we have everything on the internet, right?
Yeah.
And so from reading those books, I've learned a lot that, wow, we are very privileged to have a computer.
Yeah.
But other than homeschooling, I'm yearning for community with like friends, right? Like girlfriends. But the thing I realized is, even when we were home, I didn't really have that close community.
But now you do. But you're just not home.
What do you mean?
I said, well, now you do, but you're just not home.
What do you mean?
Your book club.
Oh, right.
CD,
Yeah. No, but what I mean,
you're
like,
just not home.
yeah, in person, like, I just want to have, like, how to explain it? Like,
That best friend outside the husband.
yeah. Because I tell Jeffrey everything, and I consider him my best friend. And we laugh and we tell each other everything. However, like when you just need a moment to yourself, but like you want to have like someone with you, like a girlfriend, like that's what I'm yearning for. And I didn't realize that until it was like maybe the week before Halloween, when I was on the phone with my friend and I was talking to her FaceTime, and I was just like laughing. Like I laughed like this with Jeffrey, but it was just like a different type of feeling because
She's too used to me.
no, it's just a different type of feeling because it was like, like you're just like joking around, like, and just talking and like just being like a mom, but like she's a mom too, and like like kind of like having those things to relate to, but also being like in like a person like that looks like me and can understand my feelings, because even explaining the feelings that I was feeling here, like she understood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like having that in person is what I'm yearning for. I just want, I also want someone I just feel like I'm missing that. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for someone that I can feel comfortable with, like really, really comfortable with. As comfortable as I am with Jeffrey, but in a girl form. You know what I mean? And so I think that's what I'm missing, and I hope that I find that here in Georgia. And even if Georgia's not our last destination, right, and we decide to move somewhere else, I hope wherever we move to, I find that.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things that I didn't really expect, because I just thought that it would just like, I would find the right person and I would know. But when I thought I did, I didn't.
Yeah.
Because even Jeffrey was like, oh, I don't think it's her, so. But other than that, I wish that we had more dates together, but we also don't have a babysitter.
We can't do that because we don't trust no one with our kids.
Yeah. We don't have a babysitter here.
We have a
So,
babysitter here.
but I do love that we have alone time here.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. I feel like we're more close. Like we were already close
Yeah.
before. But I feel like now we're extra close. Like if close couldn't be closer, that's how close we were. We are. And I love our relationship now even more. I love that we're getting to experience this part of marriage because the last 5 years was a lot. And not for our marriage, but just more so for our life.
Yes.
In general, right? And we didn't really get to like enjoy being parents and being
None of the stages of we found some enjoying this.
we
in
did,
it.
but
we weren't
wasn't.
completely unhappy, but we were just mad at we had everything but the space, right?
I don't think you understand how stressed I was. So maybe he doesn't understand
No.
that part.
I do understand how stressed you were because you were telling me how stressed you were, but I'm just saying that yeah, we were uncomfortable in those space, like like not having our own space, not feeling like a complete adult, and all of those things, right? But I'm saying that it was the one thing which we have now,
Do you know how much our life has changed by having our own space?
I know
It
that.
I
didn't say it didn't change.
intertwined into every part of our lives, like our creative lives, right?
Okay, but which
Our
we're not
children's
actively
lives,
doing.
our parents' lives.
Yeah, I know.
We are actively doing it, just not at the extent that we want to do it, right? We
Exactly.
vlog, we just haven't posted things,
Yeah.
right? I've been doing vegan on a budget stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just not at the level that we used to do it,
Mm-hmm.
right? I vlog from my channel,
Yep.
right? But also we also changed our perspective on having our kids on the internet too.
Yeah.
So a lot of things has changed, which made us not want to post certain things anymore.
Exactly.
But also, I feel like this space has opened up so much for us.
Mm-hmm.
The ease of just
I'm not saying I never show gratitude. I show gratitude to our space and our present right now. And it did change. Yes, it changed the dynamics of how our pace of life is. Yes. But I'm telling you that as we were going through those stages, right? Yes, a lot of trials and tribulations happened within that 5 years. But ultimately,
my happy moments were always outside of every house.
I'm just saying.
Those were my happy moments.
But now,
so if it's outside of the home, and I just told you
but
that coming home, I'm happy to come home.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. This has, for me, I'm not saying for you. You don't have to feel the
I'm
same
not
way
saying.
for me.
I'm not saying
But
that I don't
it
feel the
has-
same way as you.
Having your own space literally changed everything in every aspect of our life. For me.
Yeah.
I don't want to put that on you because you may feel a different way and I can't tell you how to feel.
I didn't say I didn't feel the same way.
No, I know, but I wanted to make sure that was clear because I felt like I was
No.
getting very...
No, you fighting me right now. But I'm telling you that I didn't say we didn't go through those trials and tribulations. But the ultimate goal from when we made the decision to jump on this journey, we didn't think it was going to take us 5 years, but we knew we set out a goal to get somewhere. And it happened. It may not have happened in the city that we were living in, but it happened somewhere totally different for what we wanted at that time. We prayed on it. God showed us this way and said, if you want this now, you're going to have to do this now. And we got here. But it comes with the stresses too. So it was just like, it just made me realize being here, no matter in what situation you're in,
You're
ultimately,
gonna have stresses.
you're going to have some kind of stress that's going to make you feel like, what the fuck am I doing sometimes? That's all. Like, it is like it's like a yin and yang. Something is going to be off. What you want to be off, you know. So all in all, I appreciate all of my experiences. Like I'm grateful for everything that I do have. I know there's people out there that has this much and they're happy, you know, and us wanting more sometimes feel like, yo, we being greedy or whatever the case may be. But like, we have goals we set, we have standards that we set for ourselves versus it being the outside world, you know. And as long as it stays within, I think is genuinely gonna make us happy when we reach to wherever our heights are. And not saying that every time we reach to a certain level doesn't mean that we're gonna want to grow more. So as long as we continue to grow, I guess, you know, it'll all work out for us because we have our own expectations for ourselves, and you're holding me accountable for my goals, and I'm holding you accountable for your goals too. So all in all, Georgia's great, but it came with stresses. We didn't explore as much to even know that if we like it outside of where we're at right now, which we don't like the outside, we love the inside. Versus when we was in NY, it's not the fact that we didn't like the people that we were living with. We loved those individuals, but we just didn't love the fact that we were having to be in one room with the entire family and trying to figure out how in the world are we going to get our own space. So it's like the opposite. So can we get both? You understand? Like God, like just make both happen where it's just like and then our creativity, yeah, it took a hit because we started reevaluating things. It gave us time to reevaluate if we're going to put our kids on the internet or not. Like, because we see a bunch of things that happen and we want them to have the memories. We don't want to, you know, exploit our kids.
But that has been a conversation we've
Always had.
So our videos have never exploited them. However, we've been having a conversation of would our kids want their
birth
on the internet? Would our kids, even though it is something for me to show, you know.
But it's them coming out the vagina. Like
no, but
the whole
you're not
I know
showing
you don't
my
see
vagina.
It, but I'm just saying, you just see them in that space. You understand what I'm saying? Like, someone can go on there and be like, yo, I saw your birthing video. You understand what I'm saying? And they like 28 and you talking about like, yo, how you saw my birthing video? Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like,
so even though it was an experience for me and I wanted to share that with the world, and at the time, like, you know, like these were images of Black women that weren't really being shown. I wanted to show that.
Yeah.
And now that it's 8 years later and like 3 years later for Nash and 6 years later for Millie, it's like, well, how would they see this video in the future?
Would they see it as something beneficial? Are they gonna feel like they were an experiment? Like, there's so many things that we were thinking. It's to the point that I had a conversation with them, even though they're 8 and 6 and 3. It's just like, I know Lucas is getting more clarity on what he likes to share. So even like, he had said something about a picture he had no shirt on Instagram. He was like, "Why I have no shirt on? Why y'all posted this on the internet?" And we're like, "Uh-oh," you know, like, damn, like, felt some type of way. And then he was even mad about Nash's pregnancy photo where it was like, she was inspired by, what's her name, Zoe Kravitz, right? And she went and we did it white background, nice beautiful picture or whatnot, but like, she was nude, but it wasn't like she was like showing her titties or anything like that. It was just belly, arm
He's in this
across.
phase where he doesn't want to see me half
Yeah,
naked.
yeah. So
Like even in the house, like if I have on just my bra, he doesn't want to just see me in my
yeah,
bra
he's like, oh,
anymore.
come on, mom. Like,
So I'm just like, when did this happen? Like
yeah.
I'm so confused. But it
Well,
just made us realize that if we're having questions,
mm-hmm.
then no, I always think the extreme. So
Yeah.
if we're having any doubts about something, then we should do what's right,
I was like,
which
yo,
is just
I selected
hide
all of them
everything, take
joints,
it off.
and I just took everything off. Everything is gone from the moving here. Everything. So we're starting over, right?
In a different
In a
way
different way.
where
We're asking them like what they want to see, what would they willing to share, and like letting them understand the depths of these things and what's the cause and effect of everything. Because they're kids, we could tell them they're doing a hair video, and she probably don't want to share, her hair journey or whatever the case may be at some point, or if and we break it down to her like, yo, this is for this purpose, where someone you can inspire someone to continue their natural hair journey for their kid, or if you don't want to put it up and share your style or whatever the case may be, things like that, so the kid understands like deeply what is happening, what's the cause
but
and
even
effect.
then they don't really they can't
Understand,
really
like
understand because
pinpoint
you're
the
still a
internet.
child. They aren't that's why kids
Yeah,
aren't really allowed to sign a
contract
contract,
or make
because
decisions.
they
Yeah,
can't really process the finality of a decision, right? Which is why they have parents and they teach them,
mm-hmm.
or guide
Yeah,
them the right path. So for us, we're trying to make sure that we're clear on what path we want them to be. And as of right now, we don't know. So since we don't know, it's just take everything off
yeah,
the internet.
yeah. We just
But
like that shit.
in terms of where we plan on going with vlogging, we definitely still want to vlog. But it's just, how will the kids be in it?
Yeah,
If they are in it, how will they be in it? It's just us figuring that out.
yeah.
So
And whatever we do film, we archive it.
yeah, for them to see themselves in it.
Yeah.
But also, we're not just filming just to not show them. Like obviously we'll film certain parts so they can see it in the future, because the whole point of us starting this journey was to have them see themselves when they're older.
Yeah.
But we're just not going to post those parts of it on the internet anymore. In terms of the future, do we plan on staying in Georgia? I think we do plan on staying, because our lease will be up in April, right? So I think we are staying, because I love my apartment and I don't want to move somewhere unless we definitely know we're moving there.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to just give up the lease and then we don't know where we're going, like in terms of like which city and stuff. Like I would rather just
stick it out another year.
stick it out another year and explore more, unless we're just like literally like exploring areas from now until April. Well, probably they'll send it like March or something, the lease to renew.
They'll send it before that. I think it's a 90-day thing. I think by February.
Oh, okay. Well, unless we're like literally like going to different cities and in Georgia and just like exploring, and then we're just like, no, we're moving here at the end of our lease, then that's different. But if not, like if we haven't decided, then obviously I want to stay here in this apartment. Ideally I would love to find a home, because I definitely I want to see trees in my backyard. I want to see trees. Fall foliage here is so beautiful, so I wouldn't mind staying here, but it's only up here where we live, right? It's not really, I'm not trying to give up where we live, but like we see trees, just know that we see lots of trees, and experiencing the fall foliage, it was really nice, like just driving and stuff like that. So I definitely want to have that in my backyard. So hopefully wherever we move to, we do have some type of foliage happening.
Yeah.
In terms of community, I would love to hopefully, go out more and explore and meet new people. Maybe I need to join a group, a Facebook group for moms, homeschool moms. That I don't know. Honestly, because obviously staying in the apartment isn't gonna help me find a community. But also we only have one car, so in the future I get a car and I'm
Leaving my ass.
and I'm in the car with the kids exploring places. I don't know. But I also have like this thing where I don't like doing things without Jeffrey. I always feel like no, he's missing out. And then like if he was to take the kids and I wanted to be alone, but then I'm like, I'm missing out, So I don't know. We'll see where everything goes in the future.
Yeah.
In terms of being more creative, that's already planned out. Like we're doing it.
This.
Yeah, and then what else? I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I got an update. A super update.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining our podcast. If you're new here, if you're a person that has
First
always
video
listened, always tuned in, thank you so much for being part of our family.
And let us know if you like the video format, because I guess you get to see us go back and forth and the expressions on the faces, the feelings, the everything, in this video format, because I know there was a few listeners that, they didn't request videos yet, but I know we had, some loyals sticking around, enjoying our content. So let us know if you like, this video format. And if you're listening on Anchor, just audio, or Spotify, or Apple Music, or Google Podcasts.
Or on YouTube.
Yeah, just go on YouTube and you could see our video.
Oh, Spotify has video now, right?
They do?
I think so.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you in the next episode. Feel the love.